Hi, I'm Catherine, and I'm going to show you how you can use your Seint makeup to cover and cancel redness. You can see I deal with quite a bit of redness. I have a natural red flush to my skin tone. I deal with a rosacea in this butterfly formation over my cheeks and nose and some broken capillaries here. But I also deal with acne rosacea, and I can get quite angry flares and acne associated with that all under here. And so I'm going to show you a couple of techniques that I use. You can use them individually, you can combine them like I do, you can pick and choose what is the most effective for you. The first method for canceling redness I'm going to show you is using one of our contours, and usually it will be aspen or walnut contour. Your artist can recommend the best match for your skin, and that's going to be applied in a thin layer over, for me, some of the most angry red areas on my skin. But I'm going to show you using the buff brush, and I'm going to use walnut contour today. And I've just dabbed a little on my brush, and I'm going to start in, you can see I'm just stippling it over the most angry areas. It's good to understand when we're dealing with redness on our skin that it isn't just one shade angry fire engine red. What looks to the eye to be red can actually be purple or even blue on the skin. And so some of what we're going to cover in this video has to do with color science and why certain shades are better to conceal and cancel redness than others. So you can see this veil. It's a very thin veil of walnut contour. You can see that it does leave a shade deposit on my skin. It's not creating an invisible coverage, but it is neutralizing that redness. It's taking down the kind of angry quality, which is what we are looking for. And if this was the only method I was using, I could continue over the rest of my red areas on my skin and then apply my highlight shades, and that would be that. But I'm going to show you a couple other things that I do, because the redness on my skin is so angry that I tend to get breakthrough redness even through my highlights. So I'm going to show you what I do to take care of that as well. So what I'm doing right now is I'm using what is my favorite application brush right now, the shape brush. I find that it gives me a really, really seamless airbrushed look, but it gives me good coverage too. So I'm going over those areas where I used the walnut contour to take down the angry red quality, but it still left me with some depth. You can see there's like now a kind of a darkness coming through. So to deal with those areas of darkness, I am using a shade that is 2 shades deeper than my main shade. For me, that's Athens, but that's going to be different depending on your skin tone. So make sure you get your artist's recommendation for what your camo shade will be. But for right now, I'm just gently stippling any areas where I can see darkness, redness, distraction poking through. And I'm using a stippling motion because now that I've gone over those areas with a thin veil of that walnut contour, I don't want to disturb that layer of makeup. I just want to stipple very, very gently over top. I'm using the same technique on my nose. I'm just going up here between my brows because I get some redness there too. And everywhere that I have that breakthrough redness, I'm leaving my cheeks alone for now because I'm going to show you something else for that in a minute. But you can see already the huge difference that that's making with that deep redness. It's a super flattering angle. We all have those super flattering angles. So now I'm going to go in and I'm going to do a thin veil of my main shade almost over my entire face. And you can see that my natural skin tone is very, very cool, almost pink. And so my main shade is our new highlight shade called Palace. It's a perfect match for my skin tone, but I'm still gonna get some breakthrough. You can see here, I'm still gonna get a little breakthrough of redness because we need something a little extra to help cancel that out. And so once I've done a very, very thin, light application of my main shade, I am gonna go in with a main shade that is the same depth as Palace, but it's a little bit warmer. So you can see just about gotten that done, and don't be misled, I am not applying tons of product. I'm barely dipping in at all, and we're just doing a very, very light veil of that main shade. So now I'm going to go into a shade that is still the right depth for my skin tone, but it's a little more warm than what would be a match for my overall face, but it's going to deal with those areas of breakthrough redness. So for me, that's Aura. You're going to talk to your artist. If you have the same deal as me and your natural skin tone is more blue-pink, ask your artist what you can use to do this beautiful spot treating. But for me, that's Aura. So I'm just going in. Look at that. It's like miracle working. I'm just going in only on those areas where redness can break through. And I'm going to put a little on my jawline to help blend with my neck where I'm fairer. And you can see how Aura, look at that, has dealt with any redness, any leftover kind of blue-purple poking through from the work we've already done. And how gorgeous that looks already. So I've not done any contouring, I've not done any cheek color, nothing. We've just been working with highlight shades. And look at the results. It is beautiful. So I'm just gonna go apply my contour and bronzer, and I'll be right back to show you the third technique. So now I've applied my contour and bronzer, but you can see I've actually avoided doing jawline contouring because of all of the correction work that I've done around my jawline. I don't want to disturb those highlights, and so I've skipped the jawline contour. You can decide what's best for you, but I've contoured around the perimeter of my face. I've applied a little bronzer. I've done my nose contour and brightening highlight. So the last thing I'm going to show you is how to choose lip and cheek colors that are going to trick the eye and make the eye think that you're seeing less redness versus shades that will cause you to see more redness. So for sure you want to avoid the brilliant reds, anything in that kind of, anything in the color family you're trying to downplay on your own face, you don't want to add back in. So I want to stay away from things like scarlet, even sangria, because those shades, cherry, because those shades are going to accentuate redness. So again, using color science, we're fooling the eye by using shades that have gold, peachy, apricot undertones that are going to actually lend themselves to redness canceling. And so today I'm going to use Madrid, which is a gorgeous peachy corally shade. So while I apply this, because I'm very blonde, I'm going to cover my hair. I'm going to just do this, make this application on my upper cheekbone. And I am going to do a little bit across the bridge of my nose, but I'm going to stay away from the areas that we worked so hard to color correct. And again, just on the upper cheekbone. And the beautiful thing about shades like Madrid, Hollywood, Desert Sunset, anything that has kind of peachy warmth to it is going to actually help cancel redness, draw the eye away from anything like that. I'm just putting a little up to my temples, and we'll do the tiniest bit across the nose because I like that. You can choose what's right for you. I'm going to come under the apples of my cheeks just a little bit, but I'm staying away from right on top of the apples of my cheeks where we have canceled out that kind of blue redness that can break through. And look how gorgeous that is. And I'll be right back and show you the finished look. And so here you have the finished look. I've just applied suede lip liner, Madrid, to my lips with a light sheer coating of Sadie to give it some gloss, and I've applied some Angel Illuminator. But you can see that that has done a terrific job of canceling out that angry redness on my jawline, under my neck. It's done a great job of canceling out the butterfly flush over the bridge of my nose and cheeks. We're not getting any breakthrough redness. We're not getting any breakthrough kind of blue purple tones. Everything is just seamless and even and luminous and beautiful, what you've come to expect from your Seint makeup. So be sure to talk to your artist about the shades that are right for you. And thanks so much for watching.